I walked into a Barnes & Noble last week and I didn't even recognize the fantasy section anymore. From book talk romances to spicy sci-fi and everything in between, I couldn't help but think, when did I become the old guy? Welcome to Blackthorn Books, I'm Dallin R, and if you're a fan of the Stormlight Archive, then you know why my friends call me the Blackthorn. I walk into a Barnes & Noble about every 2 weeks, and last time something felt off. Nothing was wrong exactly, I just didn't recognize it anymore. The fantasy section looked like it was from a completely different store. It was then that I realized why it felt so different. I'm not the guy they're trying to sell books to anymore. And in fact, at least at my Barnes & Noble, I'm not even sure that they're trying to sell fantasy books to men anymore. Now, this isn't to say that men can't read romantasy, or that I'm some curmudgeon-y old grandpa, get off my lawn. I just think women read more in general, and Barnes & Noble knows that, and being a business, they want to make money, so they're going to sell to the people who are going to buy books, which is women. But once I got over the initial sort of feeling, I kind of felt relief. And then it got me thinking about why this is actually a good thing. So I broke it down. I've got 3 reasons why no longer being the target audience is a good thing. Number 1, the pressure to read what's trending is off. No more FOMO about reading what everybody else is reading. Now that I'm not the intended audience, I have this metaphoric weight lifted off of my chest. I'm no longer bound to read certain things just to keep up with the conversation. I don't have to read to stay in the know. I don't need to know why fae boys are hot and 14-year-old girls are edgy assassins. I don't need to know why dragon riders are having some spicy scenes. I can just read whatever I want, whenever I want. I can pick something up because the cover interests me, or the blurb on the back of the book sells me, or I just like the author's other works. And in theory, we should read this way anyways, but in this algorithm-driven world, that's just often not the case. And hey, if I do read something like that, it's readily available, and there's a million companion TikToks talking all about it. Now, before we continue to number 2, if you're a busy adult who still prioritizes some reading time, then I think this is the channel for you. I'd appreciate it if you'd consider subscribing. Thank you. On to number 2. I get to rediscover what I love about the genre. Now that the pressure's off, I feel this Wayfinder's calling in my heart, telling me to explore, explore, explore. See the vastness that this genre has to offer. I have this new desire to really evaluate fantasy and what I like about it and why I like it, what's working for me, and why it works. When I was 9 years old, it was dragons and swords and battles and princesses and knights that really sold me on fantasy. In my 30s, maybe I'm here for that message, that deeper message that's just a layer under the surface. Maybe it's the call to adventure. It doesn't really matter. I now have the permission to explore this. I can read a classic fantasy here, a modern fantasy there, check out some grimdark or even a romantasy. It will be based off of my curiosity and not what's trending, and that feels exciting. Third and lastly, the genre is healthier when it's not just for me. What do I mean by that? Surely I want everything to just cater to me. No. I've often found myself more surprised when my idea of what I like about fantasy is challenged, when I'm surprised by something I didn't think I would like. The older I get, the novelty of new slowly disappears, and so seeing fresh and different ideas is exciting, even if it is just old ideas combined in new and interesting ways. And beyond that, the genre is healthier and will have more long-term sustainability the more people are involved in it, both from a reader's perspective and a writer's perspective. New readers will come with new appetites, which will create new subgenres and bring new buzz to fantasy and sci-fi as a whole. New writers will provide fresh perspectives and challenge viewpoints in ways we didn't know. Will I like everything? No. Some things will just not be for me, and that's fine. I'll stick to the subgenres and authors that I like. And I'll be critical when I don't connect with something. But that's not because it's new. You can find garbage across any decade of fantasy. Some things just aren't for me, and that's okay. And honestly, my backlog is so massive that even if every brand new release stopped appealing to me, I'd have a lifetime of books to read. So why worry? Anyways, what's your take? Are you feeling this way? Let me know in the comments how you feel about it. If you disagree, that's okay too. I just ask that everyone be kind and respectful of each other's opinions in the comments, but I want to know how you feel about it. Anyways, that's it for this video. Keep reading, stay safe, stay healthy. Catch you in the next one. Peace.